Here we are with another interview for the Vision of a Visionary. This is very timely, this interview, and I'm really excited. I'm always excited for just opportunity for other community engagers to showcase and just share their story. So I'm gonna pass it to you, Michael. Go ahead and tell our listeners who you are.
So yeah, as she said, my name is Michael. My name is Michael Stackhouse. I didn't graduate from Ridgeview, but I went to Ridgeview from 2010 to 2012, and I moved my senior year. I'm currently the head girls cross country coach at Ridgeview, and I also work with special needs at Summit Parkway Middle School.
Nice. And just your upcoming this year. So you're in the community, you are teaching, and all that comes together. So what is your word for 2024?
Um, Perseverance.
Mhm.
Saying just like something I tell my girls all the time. It's just like figure it out. Saying life is always going to throw something at you, so you always have to be mentally and spiritually strong to go through the battles of life.
Yeah. And so when talking about the going through the battles of life, can you give us some more context on that?
Just like this, it can really apply to anything. Just like down no money, or you're dealing with depression, or just dealing with stuff that can block you from your ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's good. Especially in today's season of somewhat like hardship, but you just need to like persevere. Right. So now you're, like you said, you're a mentor and a coach for the RV Blazers girls cross country team. What is your
Yes.
why and just
Um,
overall commitment to this mentorship?
I guess my why and would be the kids.
Yeah.
Just seeing how the girls I coach, and then the boys that I mentor from the middle school level or even high school level, just seeing how like they grow as people. Just even as simple as just like from when the girls come out from our cross country season to the end, just seeing how like mentally they're different people by the end of the season, and just opening doors. Like I said, my coach was Coach Rosefield. He's the current athletic director there, and I know he changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave me. I mean, not saying I wasn't a bad kid. I was never a bad kid,
Yeah.
but I was lacking some direction. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. And through the sport, I became mentally, physically, and emotionally stronger. Because cross country isn't an easy sport at all. I think it's the hardest sport out there. You have to have a certain type of mental fortitude to go out there and run miles and miles and miles. So just getting these girls and these boys to grow through the sport. That's is my why. And just even if you don't become the fastest runner, just you becoming a better person in the day.
Listen, I remember those days in high school, and
Good times.
y'all, your girl may be athletic, but she's not athletic. It's it's endurance. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
like perseverance that you talked about earlier, right? And so did you imagine yourself being a coach and being in this position in your phase of life?
Um, Honestly, no. I didn't see myself being a coach. Um, it really didn't dawn on to me until like my senior year of college.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just I ran college. I was South Carolina State, the South Carolina State. I graduated from South Carolina State because some people say they went there and graduated to two different things. I graduated from South Carolina State. But I ran track there. My coach was Tim Langford. He was at Oklahoma. I had my other coach was Coach Morton. He's at Conference College right now. And I had another coach named Coach Allen and Coach Kit. Pretty much just I was a walk on. I had to earn my scholarship, regular scholarship through hard work. Started getting pretty good. Starting to become competitive on the conference level. But my last couple of years started dealing with a couple of injuries.
Mm.
I was just like, okay, I'm not fast enough to go to the professional ranks, but I still want to be involved in the sport somehow. So then I started thinking about, who really had like an impact on me growing, up, and just started thinking about coaches and coaches. Because I mean, one thing about me, I'm a competitor. So,
Yeah.
so it's like if I can't compete, physically anymore when I messed up running or thing. But I want to at least be able to compete from a coaching standpoint, just being around the sport still.
Yeah. And so if you can dive deeper into just being an athlete in general and just navigating that student athlete uh, lifestyle, because I know there is many people who's like, oh, I was a student, I was an athlete, but now I'm be able to mentor those students of
Yeah.
staying focused, like you just talked about.
Like I honestly think being a student athlete is one of the hardest things out there, especially on the high school level. Like college level, I don't want to say it's still hard, but with college you still have you have more time. Classes are spaced out. Some classes, some days you don't have classes depending on how your schedule and your academics are. But with like from the high school level, I think it's the most brutal schedule out there. You're waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. If you don't have, like, my girls have morning practices, so they're up at 4 in the morning. So 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
getting in and running. After your run, it's about 7 a.m. 7 a.m. You taking a shower, eating breakfast. Then you have school from 8 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's after that you have homework. You know what I'm saying? Then some people may have jobs, but even if you don't have morning practice, like you're still going from 8 to 4. Then you're coming after school immediately after school and going 4 to 6, 4 to 6:30. You probably getting home and showered and done eating around 8 o'clock. Then you're doing homework. Might be not be done at 10, 11. Then you got decompression time. So it's just making sure you stay on top of like your sleep, your mental, your nutrition is
Mm-hmm.
really a big thing. Because I mean, like I said, it's brutal. It's brutal. It's not for the weak. You have to learn how to balance. So you have, one thing that it's taught me is how to balance. Like some days, like you need to have a day where you just chill. Like Sunday is usually just my day, just to I don't touch nothing work related. I don't even think about practice. I
Yeah.
just chill. If I want to work out, I work out. But I don't. You got to leave work at work sometimes. So from a student athlete perspective, I just find that balance is really crucial.
Yeah. That's good. And that kind of relates to just endurance in that lifestyle, just like being entrepreneur, being a business person, just finding that time just to rest and be able to get back up, right?
Definitely.
So let's dive into more of your mission just to win another championship. How was that feeling of being 2023 South Carolina state champions and trying to come back and get that 2024?
It was a good feeling. I mean, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the people that really made it possible. Like I said, I'm just an assistant coach for track.
Yeah.
But Coach Warren, you're obviously Coach Brooks, Coach Carl, Coach Green, Coach Don, um, Coach CP. I mean, just Coach Bonds, our strength and conditioning coach, our athletic trainers, with Miss Jenkins and Mister Sinkavich. Just everyone. It was just a team effort, pretty much. Like I said, I'm blessed. I was blessed to be put in a situation where I have like mentors and people that
Mm-hmm.
I can go to on a daily basis, and like the boys coach is like we go at it every day, like arguing and stuff, but like I know, like if I need to talk, just man to man, he's always there. The girls head coach, like I said, Coach Warren, I think is one of the best coaches in South Carolina, and I think his results back it up. I'm always picking his brain, just how I can learn. Because even though I'm just a distance coach, and he's more of a sprint based coach, it's just like the more you know about the sport, the more you can better your athletes and prepare them for that. And just outside of it, you just I have a coaching network of like brothers I can just hit up, like Coach Giles at South Florence, and then Coach Davenport at Spartanburg High School. We're like brothers, and we
Mm-hmm.
bounce ideas off each head all the time. And then again, it's the athletes. Every athlete that really just put the team on their back, like Dania Staley. If you don't know that name, you're going to know it this year. Dania Staley, St. Nala Tobin, JLF Fields, Cassidy Davis, Ariana Washington, Aaliyah
The
Chapman.
whole roster.
You know what I'm saying? The whole roster, like I can go all day. Ariel Mazik, Christiana Murphy, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole contingent that went into like that, people like Jada Dooley and, Jeanette Estrell, just the whole team, which is a whole team effort. Really was repeating it's just, not giving that sense of, well, yes, we won last year, and that's really a big accomplishment. But at the end of the day, last year is last year. We can't be stuck in the past, or we can't just be like, okay, people are going to roll over just because we won it last year. If anything, we got a target on our head. It's actually pressure this year.
Yeah.
And just making it fun. Just kind of just not letting them know it's pressure, but at the same time not overwhelming them. And I think the group we have, they actually understand what they need to do. So it's just making practice competitive, and then just doing where we need to do from a coaching standpoint to make sure that they're in position to be healthy. Because I feel if we're healthy, we win it again. But just being healthy and mentally and physically strong going into that state meet.
That's good. And you talked a little bit about that support system in that community. Can you dive deeper into how that's so beneficial? So like track and field, it may be an individual sport, but it's also a team sport, right? Yes. So can you just share more about that importance of just that support system and being a team?
And before we, get into sports system, I also want to give a shout out to Dr. Ross. That's another one of my mentors that's really played a big little role in my development as a coach and a man. But pretty much the sports system is everything, man. It gets hard at times. Like coaches, we work long hours, we get home later than usual. These athletes, they're up, for like I said, long hours as well. So it's just like just having someone that that's going through the same thing as you, where you can lean on. Because at the end of the day, like we can't do it by ourselves. Nobody can do it by themselves. So always having someone that you can just lean on, and just just talk, vent, shoot. Even if you need to cry, just cry. Just having someone that's in the same battle as you.
Yeah, that's good. And you touched on it. I'm gonna pull more. I'm gonna ask more. Is just the importance of who you are, as the importance of mentorship in that sphere, but also as an educator. How has mentorship transformed you as a person?
Like I said, I feel like it made me the person I am today. Just like it helped me understand what my impact is as a human. Just like growing up, I didn't really realize what type of impact I could have. But it's just when you see these kids and you see these people and you see them grow and you see them even like coming back years later and they're just totally different people, but they were still remember like the little seed that you put in them when they maybe 4 or 5 years ago. It's just that impact. It's just, I feel like that's the reason that we do it. And I feel like that's what shapes us as mentors, and that's what shapes them as mentees.
That's good. That's real good. Just that overall growth and development. So actually 2 more questions is, what advice would you tell to someone that is looking for a mentor?
Reach out. Also reach out. Formulate your own opinion on people based off how you see them move. I know some people, they form opinions based off what they hear, and 9 times out of 10, that's usually not correct. But one thing, if you watch how someone moves, how someone always moves will always show you how they act. Not being prideful where you feel like you are beneath reaching out for help, because like I said, everyone needs help. Just finding that right mentor that that clicks everything for you, man. Mentally, physical aspect, teaching you how to do things, and just like watch them lead. You know what I'm saying? Some people are mentors in my life because I watch them lead by example. Some people are mentors in my life because I can go to them for advice. But in the day, it's like if you're moving, like I said, if you're moving, you're leading with love, you'll always be in a position to do what you need to do.
That's good. That's really just alignment, right? That magic oil, the alignment. You may not check all the boxes, but you can lead me to something better.
Agreed.
Right. So one final question is I love to ask is let's talk about self-love. What does self-love look like for you?
So this is a really big topic for me because I mean this is something that I had to learn, because it's something that recently, not recently like this year, but like years a couple ago, I went through a rough patch, just not knowing what self love was. I feel like self love is just making time for yourself, even understanding where like yes, like me, I'm the type of person I pour into so much,
Yeah.
but just understand that you can't pour from an empty cup. So if your cup is, empty, you can't pour into anyone else. So just making time so you can just like decompress and you just reset. Even if something like self love for me is like I'm a very chill person. Sometimes self love for me just chilling in bed. I'm watching TikToks, watching Keith Lee or something like that. But it's just making sure I'm in position to reset. So when I'm mentally and physically and spiritually ready to pour into other people. But if I'm not doing that, I can't give you nothing I don't got.
That's good. And how can people connect with you, just learn more about all that you do in the community?
So my Instagram is Coach Stack RV at C, and I think that's my Twitter handle too. My team page, our team page is RV Blazers TF at C. I mean, that's on Instagram and Twitter. We're pretty good with posting content and just keeping it live. But honestly, if you want to get to the team page, you can really just follow my personal page. Like everything is in my bio. So just that. And if you're on Facebook, RVH Track and Field, give us a like, show some love.